They're striking, dude. What do you know?
I watched. What did I watch? Sam Cedar, a Majority Report, broke it down pretty well last night. I
Hassan broke
felt
it down pretty well too.
I hadn't seen his sons, but Sam I know has actually worked as a writer before, so
It's very funny to me. Not so much on Majority Report, but obviously there's a bunch of dumbasses in Hassan's chat, and they were asking him a bunch of stupid questions. It's so funny how much people don't know about the writing process for film and television, and they don't understand like when we're shooting a TV show, we get pages, updates of pages daily for what they're shooting because they if they want to reshoot something or restructure something, they essentially want to shoot it in that 7 to 10 day window that they have that director, right? Or else if they do reshoots at the end, it goes to the second unit, so the director doesn't really get any say in that or whatever. So like it really does hinder us a lot. Like productions that haven't started who that have scripts already, I don't know how they're going to go into production because like there's certain rules as like they can only direct when they're on set. They can't change lines or I don't even think I'm not even sure, but I don't think that the actors can like improv or anything. I know for
I.
us,
Go
what?
ahead. No,
No,
go
what we
ahead. No, I remember Conan when I heard when the strike happened in 2007 or something. I forget
yeah,
when it was. He
yeah.
basically was sitting there spinning how
Yeah, I
many
saw that
different
clip.
ways he could spin his ring or whatever, and he paid his writers like full salary or whatever.
That's crazy because I mean obviously I was like still in college when that went down and I was living the high white privileged life. But I remember that time period for me was like a golden age of television. Me and my buddy had like TV to watch every night. They usually only do Big Brother in the summer. They did 2 seasons of Big Brother that year. Um, so I had a totally different experience from everyone else. But now I'm on the fucking flip side of it. Um, so yeah, I don't know how productions that are like currently shooting or about to shoot, like, if you're most showrunners are the head writers for shows, right? And like, what can they do? Like on our show for All Mankind, it's been shot already, and we're just doing visual effects. So they're not rewriting anything anyway. So they're still reporting to work and like giving us notes on the visual effects, the graphics, or whatever. But like if you're in the middle of shooting or about to shoot, that's really muddy waters.
He's a musician.
Great musician. And like the big question is like how do if we okay for the DGA, the SAG, and the IATSE, which is us, and the team. Well, I think the Teamsters are not allowed to cross lines. We're allowed to make the decision, but we're not protected, so we can get fired, right? But we have this no strike clause in our contracts, so we're not supposed to strike either. So I guess if I wanted to strike, I would just quit my job. But it also puts us in this very weird situation where like we have to continue to work, but you don't want to hinder the strike. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I
So
feel you,
like,
bruh.
how do I do my job without everybody's question right now is like, how do we continue doing our jobs
Slow walk it,
without like hindering the
but you do. But you do it on the sly. That's what they call it. What do they call it?
scabs?
No, not
No,
scabs.
scabs are like crossing
No,
things.
silent quitting. That's a thing now, right? Just basically doing your job and not going above and beyond what you should be anyway. But
Yeah.
anyway, you just kind of slow walk it a little bit. I mean, you don't not do your job, but you kind of, don't do it quite as good as you probably could, maybe.
Yeah. I've also heard some talk too that like this is I know it's the AMPTP, which is the producers, right? And I've heard that and that's also the PGA, right? The Producers Guild of America. I've also heard that these producers and my experience in dealing with the producers are still workers like us. And in this specific contract negotiation, the AMPTP is more so the owners of these Silicon Valley companies,
Oh boy.
right? Are you even
Okay.
listening to me? What the fuck?
I'm listening. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to get you to engage with me, dude.
No, I'm listening.
So
I'm
it's much different than like, yeah, we are dealing with television executives, but we're also dealing with these Silicon Valley guys that like aren't, they don't know anything about TV.
Well, that's always corporations taking over. Stick their foot in something they don't understand or whatever.
Yeah. That's also like the argument for the woke mob and the woke media. Like, people don't understand that that is capitalism. That is corporations seeing what is popular right now and creating content for that. That's not necessarily what people of color or LGBTQ people want.
So writer's strike, yeah. I mean, it kind of sucks. Although I did find it interesting the way that Sam was telling it. Basically, there's just going to have to be a whole. They're going to have to restructure the whole thing because it's a whole new paradigm. It's completely different than it was back in the day because streaming is such a huge part of.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Um thanks, Eric. We've been dealing with this forever. So what this is called, like the contracts that that streaming services are under are called new media contracts. And last year, well, 2021, when we did our contracts, we fought them on that too. Like, hey, this is not new. You should have this whole streaming thing figured out so that you can pay us the appropriate wages. And we were told at that time that we're too far down the ladder, right? That like is going to take the writers and the DGA and SAG to change the industry. And I think that's the scary part too, is that like this isn't fun and games, right? Like this isn't, hey, we're going to do this until they cave. This is like we have to cause disruption,
This is a
right?
livelihood. This is a big thing, yeah.
Yeah, we have to, we're not going to just not work until they,
I
you
mean,
know.
this is literally your livelihood, or lots
Yeah,
of people's livelihoods.
they're already talking about like they're really only doing picket lines between 9 to 5, but like people are like, shouldn't we be doing them at like 4:45 when the Teamsters show up and they like so they can't
Well,
get in the lot, because if you the Teamsters are not allowed to cross a picket line, so if you block them from getting into the studio, they can't work.
okay. Well, yeah. Well, there needs to be a general strike. Fucking hell, it's Hollywood.
It really does. Really does. But our contracts with those no strike clauses are causing that. But here's what people aren't really talking about too. The DGA starts their contract negotiations on the 10th of this month, and their contract runs out on June 30th. So if the writers aren't getting a deal, I couldn't imagine that the directors are going to get a deal.
It's going to be a whole big thing. It's going to have to be.
So the directors will probably go on strike. And then I think, I don't know the details on the SAG contracts, but I do know they're after DGA pretty soon thereafter. So at some point in the next couple months, we may see three of the major guilds in the industry like go on strike.
Well, it's definitely a new time because shorter episodes. I mean, fewer episodes mean less residuals, from what I understand.
Okay, but I have a counter to that. As not someone who works in the industry, but someone who is a fan. Is that in a story aspect, is shorter episodes worse?
Not shorter episodes.
Shorter seasons.
I meant shorter seasons, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant. So like instead of like a network show which is like 23 episodes, you get like 8 to 10 episodes. We don't really need
I'd
23
rather
episodes.
I hate 22 episodes. That's why I hate watching any show on Netflix that's a TV show. That was originally a TV show
Yeah.
because there's so many goddamn episodes. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
So
my
yes,
thing with
this
For
is
All
a
Mankind.
good. This is a good paradigm. It's a good paradigm. So yeah, it's going to have to be a completely different.
Yeah, completely different
They're
thing.
going to have to completely restructure the way things are paid, the way how and what, just all of it. and it's just going to be a big ugly deal. So
It is. It's gonna get super ugly. That's the scary part. It's like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Like, Sam did mention that. Like, I was grateful that he mentioned that. Like, the people that are gonna get hurt from this are crew members.
right,
You know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm lucky. I'm employed on For All Mankind until July. But after that, like, what happens? Are we still gonna be doing this in July?
Sure, why not? Tommy came on here. Comedies, yes. Dramas, no. I guess he's saying
He wants hour-long dramas, which is okay. But I still feel like For All Mankind is way too fucking long.
it's 12, right?
Says like
No, I
the
don't think
Stranger
it's.
Things fan who's like those
I don't
episodes were
think
like
that. I
90
think it's a.
minutes.
I think no, it's. Is it? I don't mind that part. I just don't like long seasons.
Yeah, I think you're right. It needs to be a complete story. Some of these shows that are most of these shows that are 23 episodes long are like these sort of reset episodes, right? Where something happens and then you reset. You know?
It's a mid-season. Sometimes it's like a mid-season break or something. There's like a drama
Yeah.
that happens, and then they save it for the after the break or whatever the fuck.
But these like 8, 10, 12 episode
Ah.
seasons are like complete stories, you know? There's no like filler episodes or.
That's why I like him,
Me
and
too.
that's why I hated watching Shield on there. 'Cause
Everybody told me to watch that. And The Wire. I haven't seen The
The
Wire.
Wire's good, and it's on HBO, so that means there's not a million fucking
The
episodes.
Sopranos. I still haven't watched The Sopranos.
That's you gotta watch that. It's a classic. Sopranos and The Wire, like two main ones.
I know.
Oh, 5 viewers. Why is it saying 5 and I only see 3? Oh, I see.
I don't know.
Um,
Hold on. I have one more thing to say about this because I heard someone comment in one of our like union groups or something that we're the like last. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate this. Bastion for like the working American or Americans or whatever. But I think we're like leading the way. Like us, the people that are in unions are the ones leading the way
oh, the unions.
to a better. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like when we win these contracts, like it should send a ripple not through just our industry. It should send a ripple through like all of the economic America, right?
All right, well, let's calm down a little bit.
Jesus, come on, man.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a smaller trend in, it's a smaller episode in the larger show of the labor unions and kind of waking up from its slumber.
Right.
Because Democrats fucking abandoned the working class after Reagan got elected. Of course, we know Reagan destroyed unions. So we've got Reagan actively destroying unions and the Democrats basically abandoning, unions for the neoliberal bullshit that Clinton brought in.
Yeah.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Well, that's why they want us to hate socialism so much, because for this very reason, because the writers want a share. They're only asking for 2% of I think it's 2% of the profits or something. I have to get the numbers right on that. But Adam Conover, who's like one of their negotiators, said that like one CEO's pay is what they were asking for like all 11,000 people in the guild.
It's insane. It's insane.
But yeah, I do. But I think we're tackling like a problem in America, which is like this corporate greed, corporate overreach. Everyone is fucking monopolizing, and like if we win, I feel like it could affect everybody, maybe, or wake some people up.
I don't think it's gonna. No. Hollywood's too.
I hate you.
Well, it is. It's too rarefied for most people. People don't take Hollywood seriously.
And we've talked about that too. Like most Hollywood jobs are not glamorous. We talked about this last time.
You can say that all day long.
I can.
But it
you
doesn't
don't believe
change people's. No, I'm just saying it doesn't change people's already held perceptions. They're gonna think whatever. You can sit there.
But that's why I keep saying it.
But it's not going to make any difference because they're not affected by it until one of their favorite shows ain't on no more, and then they get big mad. but that's
Oh
another thing.
yeah, yeah.
So anyway, no, I don't know if that will not be the straw that breaks the camel's back, but it
Fuck
is
yeah, I hope it
another.
is.
Okay, sure, bro.
It's a crack in the straw.
Right, a crack. It's a crack. I'm not saying it's not a piece, but it's not the. I think it's going to be more. It's going to have to be. It's part of it's optics, right? Like, if you see some spoiled, what they consider, let me say that, spoiled
Spoiled
ass
riders.
riders or something, and then they see fucking Jimbo over here getting no money from working in a fucking factory or something. Who do you think they're going to fucking identify with more? The working man, right? So that's
Right.
where perception is important. So that's where you got to start.
Right. That's why I think it's important for me, the like glamorous assistant editor, to reach the hand to the laborer and be like, "Hey, I just want you to have what I have. I'm not trying to ask for more for myself. I am because I have a union for myself in my industry. But as a whole, I would love for your industry to also join us in raising your wages and taking back the means of fucking production from these fucking studios and shit, or
Yeah,
corporations and shit."
I know. It's just it's hard when you got fucking literally the entire uh, corporate class like working against you.